Hello, today we are replacing the struts on my 2014 Subaru Outback. Here's my Subaru Outback. We're replacing these struts, going up to here, and replacing them with some aftermarket parts. So taking them off is easy, getting them back on is the tricky part. You really want to support your door. I used a ladder and a Dremel and a DeWalt battery. The good news about DeWalt batteries is they're very size. And so I put it up as high as I possibly could to make it easy. So I won't show you taking off because that's too easy. When you get something like this, when it's got this nylon for compression, the question is did I take the nylon on before or after? And the answer is you just have to take the nylon on before and then push it way up and do this one first. So I'll go ahead and remove the old one. No big deal. There is a little shim underneath here, a little rubber shim that you got to get. It's dirty. It's this old car, but you kind of want to keep that shim. Okay, so they come off pretty easy. So I'll get it off. So it's off, and you can see this little rubber. I'm going to clean that up before I put it back on. But I take the bottom one off first. I'll take the top one off second because then I can move things out of the way. So this just comes off with a 12mm socket. You just spin her around and get her off with a 12mm socket. So this is how it came shipped, with this little thing to keep it compressed. And the question when you're putting something like this on is, do you cut this before or after you install it? Well, I tried to install it without cutting it, but then the whole thing comes down so close that you can't do it. So I'm going to cut it and install it after I cut it. So after I uninstalled the thing, it expanded. The good news, it doesn't fly out really fast because, hey, this thing is really a shock absorber, actually. So now it's fully extended and I'm going to install it. So I'm installing this top first. The key thing is I want to have some degrees of freedom so that I don't end up cross-threading it. The last thing you want to do is cross-thread these. So installing this part's the hardest bit. And the key thing is you're going to have to hold it up with one hand while you get the lower one in. And I found that the best tool for it is this. I got a 10mm on the end of a screwdriver because it allows me to push and turn, but not cross thread this. The last thing you want to do is cross thread it because you got to hold it up and you got to turn it in. I worked on the bottom one first, and I'll show you once I get it started. So I'm using this to gently thread it in so that I can both push it and thread it and feel it as I'm doing it. No power tools, not even a ratchet. I wanna feel this so I can get it in and not cross-threaded. Once you get the bottom like most of the way in, then the top one is a lot easier to get in. Now I'm gonna put a little finished torque on it with a ratchet, just because I didn't want to put so much torque on the screwdriver, the nut driver. So get some torque on it, and now she's tightened down. Got both ends done. One last tighten. I already did the other side. So the next thing to do is see how she works. So now we're going to remove our carefully constructed shim using a ladder and different DeWalt batteries of different sizes, and then put it up and down. So I should have taken a before picture so you can see the after picture, but I'll just tell you that angle of how high it's going is way higher than it was before, and I kept hitting my head on this. So let's take her down and then lift her up. Oh, that is nice. Nice job. That wraps up the install. I think the key tool was this tool, and the fact that you could extend them before you installed them, and then this tool to get the 10mm up and to stop with the bottom 10mm. Start with the bottom 10mm and then the top 10mm, and then tighten them up with the ratchet. Don't use any power tools when you're putting them back on until they're well threaded, because the last thing you want to do is pay for a very expensive repair. Okay? Cheers.